So, I did it. I'm actually going to interview one of the best writers, in my opinion, right now. Okay? And it's not just going to be one interview. It's going to be a couple of interviews. Which means you're going to get parts. You're going to learn about her. You're going to learn about the things that no one knows. You can even learn secrets. But before we go into everything, I just need to give you like a lowdown on how this format will be. So part 1, it will be who is NikkiALamers. Yes, NikkiALamers. Can you believe that I actually have a chance to interview her in a 90-minute interview? That will take place in a couple of weeks. Actually, it's going to be broken down. So part 1 is today. We're going to get to know who Nikki is. Part 2 is about her childhood, her background, and the beginning of the writing career. Part 3 is when she becomes an author. The heart, which is every author's dream, to talk about the heart of their stories. The future of NikkiALamers and her books and her lifeline. Who knows? She might come up with a brand name called NikkiALamers, and she has quotes everywhere. She's got paper going around, notebooks. We never know, but we will find out. So, part 1 is welcome. Who is Nikki? For someone meeting you for the first time, who is NikkiALamers?
Well, let's see. I can answer that so many ways. Hi, can I first say thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that beautiful introduction. I do truly appreciate it, and I'm really, really excited about doing this interview series. I can't wait to see, from one to the next what we each get to talk about each time, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Of course. I mean, you are chosen for this reason. When I read all your books, I read every single one of your books. I mean, what else am I going to do? Not interview the author? Come on.
Well, I absolutely love that. And it makes my day that you love my books. It really does. I can't even tell you. That's why you write, is you want people to be able to read your stuff and, and be able to relate to different characters and different stories and stuff like that. It's so much fun. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. But who I am, well, I've won several different awards for my books, and I like to do. I write character-driven romance, full of family, friendships, love, loss, laughter, tears, heat, heart, and happy endings. I figure life is really tough, so it's nice to be able to guarantee a happy ending. You may go through the ringer, but I like to be able to have that happy ending on the other side. With my background in public health, I do have a public health degree, so I incorporate a lot of life issues and various aspects of health and wellness into my stories, and in a variety of subgenres, because I do follow the characters, so I do like to go to different subgenres. Yes, every single one is a romance, but you will have contemporary, new adult, romantic suspense, rom-com, some with the dark issues, and romantasy, I am paranormal. So I do have a variety of different stories. It's always about the characters for me. And I like, for my other job, I'm a script advisor, writer, advisor, and supervisor for TV, film, and commercials. So that's on and off set. So sometimes I am at home helping with those kinds of things, and then sometimes I do go to sets, and I work on full projects, whether it be a 1-day or commercial, a week-long commercial, or a 2-month-long film project, or a TV pilot series that we film over a week. I mean, there's all different kinds of things. So, yeah, I feel like I'm all about the story, characters, and whatever I'm doing, wherever I'm going, I'm always trying to do whatever. It's like you come up with ideas wherever you go and whatever you do, whoever you meet, you're always thinking. Your brain's always running. You can't help it.
That's right.
Yeah, I guess that's professionally that's who I am, but it's also a lot of my heart too.
Okay.
Because stories, characters, that's books, that's my heart for sure.
Wow. My next question is, what motivates you every day?
One thing is the characters don't stop talking in my head. They have constant conversations. No, I'm joking. Well, sort of. But you're always thinking about new ideas, and you just want to share your stories and everything that's coming into your head, and you want to be able to share it.
So, what is something people misunderstand about you?
I think the biggest thing with misunderstanding is people will assume they know what your stories are. They see that you're a romance author and think there's not a lot of depth or anything, to grasp onto for your stories, or very little, not as much. It's all about the relationship, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, yes, everything is centered around the relationship, but you can't be in a healthy relationship if you don't know who you are and you don't go through your struggles and your whatever they may be. So I feel like I dive deep into every single character, figure out everything about them, and there's a lot of stories to be told as you go through that. And I think there's so much more to romance books. If you're reading, at least I know that's the way I write, and I know other authors that write that way too. But I think it's so important to be able to grasp the depth of the story and who they are.
Okay, that's nice. What is one thing about you that your readers might be surprised to learn?
In regards to my writing, I've done a lot of different kinds of writing throughout my life. And fictional writing or romance stories were always my passion. It took me a long time to get here and feel confident about being able to let that part of me go and share it. But everybody is self-conscious about something sometimes. And it's, even though, I may be, like you said, which is such an honor, again, that that you said you read all my books and you absolutely love them. And that just, though every time you hear something like that, it just makes your day. And the first time you write and share a book, I was very self-conscious and nervous, and, but you finally let go. And it took me a long time to get to that place. Wow. So there's a lot of people, whatever you're doing, sometimes it takes you a long time to get to the place that you want to be, and that's okay.
So I guess the other question that it kind of follows up to that one. When do you feel most confident?
When I'm lost in my own world, writing my stories. Okay. I feel confident about my writing in general. I got to a point where I have written my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gotten to a point where I'm confident either way. But when you're writing your stories and you're lost in your world and you're able to express yourself and get everything out on paper or on the computer or on a phone or whatever it is, because I will write on anything, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really good feeling. And yeah, that's definitely when you feel your most confident.
Okay. Wow, that's nice. So here's a slightly tough one. What is a value you will never compromise when you write?
I can't do the whole age gap.
How come?
I can do it somewhat. Maybe 10 years would be max for me.
All right.
The idea of somebody being close to age of one of my kids, because I have a son and a daughter, and and an adult my age dating them it just freaks me out. So I don't know if it's because I'm a parent, of kids in college or what, but that's something I just can't do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's fair. So, this is an important one. What does success mean to you today?
For me, honestly, success is every single time you hear something like, I couldn't stop reading, I, was up all night reading this book, I love this character, oh my gosh, I totally relate to this. I totally connected with this person. I've been through something similar. This book meant so much to me. Thank you for writing it. Like, any compliment, whether somebody is connecting or enjoyed your story or your book or your character or whatever it is, that is 100% success for me.
Wow. That's powerful.
That means everything.
That's powerful. So I guess in a way you answered the next question, which is, has your definition of success changed since you first started writing?
Yes. Well, like I said, I've written my whole life, but let's go with when I released my first romance book instead. Honestly, for me, when I felt that, it was just to have people start reading my stuff. It's like to get some, my story out there, and then to have it continue was incredible. So it's definitely changed. And then not only continue, but the awards and it's just it's overwhelming. It blows my mind.
Wow. And the final question for this part: if you could describe Nikki, the person, and Nikki, the author, separately, what would be different and what would be the same?
Let's start with the same, because that's easy. Passionate when it comes to books and stories and writing and reading and exploring, meeting new people, traveling, because I feel like almost everything you do is connected to a story in some way. I'm always doing that kind of thing. So there's so much of me that is both the person and the author. But for different, I guess I used to be very quiet. I was always, in my books. I was a swimmer, so, you have a lot of quiet when you're swimming, so that's for sure. You can't hear anything except for muted chatter underwater. You have no idea what anything is. So, it's, I feel like, my family, of course.
Yeah.
is not part of my. I mean, they're the biggest support possible, but they are not necessarily part of my world. They don't help me write my stories, but they are my biggest supporters and cheerleaders and everything like that in that sense. But I am, that is me, that's me finally being able to express myself. But yes, the stories, I'm not one, I'll go into that later, I know, but I'm not one to base anything on a single person I know. I know we're going to go into that later, so I'm not going to say anything more on that. But everything has a piece of me. Every single one of my stories and characters and everything is a piece of me. Wow. In some way.
Yeah.
That's
so true.
Yeah.
So, this is the end of part 1. Next week, we'll go into part 2. Thanks for listening.